The Allegheny Journal ran into this bundle of energy to my left. She's Teresa McCoy, better known as the Cakes Your Way gal in downtown Covington. And she joins us today to talk about a unique idea, and I mean unique, like never has happened before in the region. Welcome, Teresa.
Thanks for having me, Jerry. It's good to be here.
What's going on with your prom idea?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, after we learned, with the recent coronavirus in our area, that schools wouldn't open back up, and there's a sadness, there's a huge deflation to our community over that, and teachers feel it as well as students. But there's not going to be proms, there's not going to be graduations, and Trip Curry and I were together, and we were working on another project, and he and I said, we can't fix graduation, but we can do something about prom. So we began to come together with a plan. And so what has happened is we've had the opportunity to talk with the mayor of Covington, Old Town in Covington, the chamber, every superintendent from Allegheny, Covington, and Bath high schools, as well as the principals there. We're working with their prom committees of those schools, and prom will be held in Covington on downtown Main Street.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
we're
the
super
idea.
excited. We're super excited about it. Yeah.
This might be something that continues, not necessarily as a result of this current mess we're in.
You're right, and we're super excited about that. And the cool thing is watching, we didn't want to do it for one school or the other school. This is about the Allegheny Highlands, and this is about hope in the Highlands. So, like I said, we reached out to each school. They were super excited about it. They have their plates loaded right now, just trying to figure things out and how to continue education through the year. So they were grateful to have us take this on and take it off their shoulders.
Well, and another thing I think you were talking about, that you have at least an initial couple groups or musicians that are going to play. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. We're talking with Chad Nickel and Loose Change, and as far as we know, they're going to step up. And there's a couple young high school boys. It's a group of senior boys at Covington High School. They were supposed to have played a fundraiser recently, and of course that was canceled. So we plan to reach out to them. We know that they'd be delighted to play. We think that'd be great morale for the high school kids to have one of their own groups playing.
And I think there's also going to be a provision for photographs to be taken. But one of the ideas I think I like the best is there may even be the equivalent of a grand march.
Yes, sir. We are working on that and planning out the details for that. Well, we do plan to have a grand march for each school individually so that parents can be there, watch, take pictures, and be a part of. But our number one priority here is the safety and privacy of our students. So once grand march is over, Main Street will be off limits to anyone other than the students and those who are scheduled to be there.
Okay, well, these plans sound really cool, and I think people who may want to participate, kids who want to participate, need to know how do they go about it.
Absolutely. Well, we have a Facebook page that'll be set up, and it's called Prom 2020, Hope in the Highlands, and they'll be able to go on Facebook. They can link to that. If they have any questions, they can message us, but they can also make contact with their prom committee. I know a lot of them keep in contact with teachers in the schools, so they can ask questions that way as well, because we will need to sign up, know how many are coming in attendance, so we know how to prepare for all of that.
Teresa, how are you going to keep the crowds away? I mean, this is a unique idea, and it's, I can imagine parents are normally not at these kinds of things. Will they be creeping in at the end of Main Street, or how's this all going to work?
We have absolutely discussed that, and again, we will be very careful to monitor the safety of the kids. And one of the reasons, working with the chamber, that we actually chose the date that we chose is because there's actually something happening over at the River Rock Amphitheater that weekend as well. We're hoping that the parents will go there and hang out and enjoy the events there while the kids have some privacy downtown.
That's a good idea, and I think there's also a rain date, isn't it?
It is. So the prom is set up for Friday night, June the 19th, and then our rain date is the next night, Saturday the 20th, and we understand that this is really pushing the date in which we're going to supposedly be released from the current circumstances of the COVID-19. So we know that we got big goals here, but we had to set a date so that we could make plans. If for some reason that's extended and we can't carry this out on the 19th, then we'll look at July. We just hope to not have to go that far.
What a great idea, folks. We're delighted that Teresa stopped in at the studio. We'll have a listing at the end of this video so you can find the Facebook page, and we thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.